What's the next thing that I wanted to talk about? Oh yeah, that's right. Dark Brandon having a non-Dark Brandon moment. So the Democrats, my earlier prediction of the Democrats winning 220 seats in the House seems to have been proven incorrect. Of course, this is before all of the official results are in. Right now, the count is, well, ABC has called 219 races, but the votes are not in for all of these. Either way, I think I'll end up being wrong here. Anyways, so the remaining seats, so maybe it would be that same split, but the other way around. Either way, the margin is going to be thin enough that who has control of Congress on a given day is going to depend on who all is or isn't present in Congress. So, if there are a handful of Republican absences, the Democrats are actually going to have a majority in Congress on a given day, which is pretty significant, I think. Which means that the Democrats, having a majority in the Senate, still have a considerable amount of agenda-setting power. However, Joe Biden decided to preemptively commit to not exercising any of that power in a particular way. He said that the Democrats will not have the votes for codifying Roe v. Wade into law, which is bullshit, because having a majority in the Senate and being able to potentially pull some people over in the House definitionally means that you have the votes to codify something into law that you want to. So, really, what this is the Democratic strategy of trying to hold off as long as possible on actually doing anything, because they want to use that as fuel for their campaigns in the future. Very crass strategy, very stupid as well, because what they don't realize about this is that when you keep campaigning on the same thing and you keep not doing that thing, people wisen up and say, well, why would I listen to you? Why would I believe you? You're just going to get elected and then not do the thing that I voted for you to do. And in this case, this is particularly applicable because the Democrats ran on a party of protecting the right to reproductive health care in the 2022 midterms. And it actually worked really well for them. Ordinarily, you would expect the Republicans to kind of blow them out, which didn't happen. So now Democrats have taken their winning issue and decided we will do nothing on this issue because they want to campaign on it in 2024. The obvious decision, the obvious correct choice is right in front of their nose, and they yet choose to ignore it, which is you campaign on protecting reproductive health care. As soon as you have your guys in office, you commit full party effort to that objective. And then once you've achieved that objective, you campaign on having done that. Or if you are stopped by the opposition party, if the Republicans commit to obstructionism like they usually do, and the Democrats are hypothetically unable to pass any sort of meaningful protection for abortion, for reproductive health care in 2024, they can say, we tried to do this, but the Republicans were committed to not letting us protect women's rights to reproductive health care. You do not get into office and immediately give up and say, yeah, we never said we would do that. Well, we did say it, but we're not going to do it because, I don't know, fuck you, I guess. This is bad campaigning on the Democrats. If they had said this before the vote started, it would have been a slaughter. And in fact, 2024, depending on what the Democratic Party does in the next couple of years, 2024 might go really badly because they decided to commit to inaction on the platform that they advertise themselves on. So, Brandon becomes not Dark Brandon in this instance. Very disappointing, quite frankly. And at the end of the day, this sort of feeds into a cycle of politics that I've noticed, which is that the Republicans do awful things, right? Because that's the party platform. They, campaign on anti-trans legislation, that sort of thing. They incite violence against marginalized communities. they marginalize those communities further with legislation that they propose, you know, and we all see, wow, the Republicans really suck. And then the Democrats are like, yeah, these guys are really fucking bad. You should vote for us because we are better than them, which is true. Democrats are better than outright fascists. And then I see that, you know, people see that, like, yeah, okay, we'll vote for you. And then the Democrats turn around and say, yeah, but we're not going to do anything for you. So you have one party, and, you know, and then that leads to me being like, well, and you suck as well. Like, what the fuck? What representation do people have in this system where there's one party that wants to kill you, and there's another party that will do nothing for you? And this is why I say that, you know, even some people who I by and large agree with, I have to reiterate to them, the Democratic Party is not our ally. They are simply useful idiots for people who actually want to affect left-leaning policy change. Because a lot of, and sometimes that is very literal, because sometimes Democrats do behave like idiots, you know? Although, obviously, again, when I say this, I have to stipulate that no Democrat could ever possibly behave like as big of an idiot as your average Republican. You know, not even Joe Manchin has to go so far to even resemble like a Republican, and even then, compared to them, he sounds downright reasonable. Oy, oy, oy. But yeah, that's got me mad for a bevy of reasons. That could be a segment, me talking about how Dark Brandon is kind of losing his Dark Brandon touch. In fact, to summarize what I mean succinctly, if you are characterizing the amount of good a party does with a number, you know. In fact, I had a sort of thought experiment, or like an explanation of utilitarianism in my philosophy class. My professor, very cool dude, explained it in a similar way, where a positive number is good, you know, is you have done a net good, like you have done good things. And then a negative number is bad. You have done net negative number of good things. You've done bad things, on balance, right? The Democratic Party would be right at zero, you know? The Democratic Party on, you know, if you took an aggregate of what they do, especially the establishment Democrats, the amount of good that they do would amount to about zero, right? But with Republicans, it would be a much larger negative number. So the choice there is clear, even though both choices suck. And, you know, depending on a given day, I will differ in what I emphasize between the choice is clear and both choices suck. But know that both of those are true. So yeah, that's my little diatribe about the two-party system for the day. And we should have a multi-party system, ranked choice voting, all that good stuff.